do think it was good outside class when Sheila would text a question to me to make me think about it again, because you know, when I leave the room, very often I wouldn't think about it until the next week. So that was quite useful and a good idea.
It helps the learning process continue throughout the week, where otherwise I may have not have gone back to that work. So it has assisted my learning, keeping it fresh in my mind, as I say, keeping the learning process going. So I come back into class with more of an awareness of the question I was asked there, whereas I could have had a busy week, not gone back to that question, then come in not remembering what we had done the previous week. We were asked the question, that's what we did on currency conversion, and I'd pretty much forgotten by the time the question was asked how to times it, how to work the sum out. So then I had to go back to my notes, and again that challenged me to remember that and relearn that, and then it's in my mind now for this week. So when we go back to it, we'll know.
I've always got my phone on me, I'm always out and about normally. And you know, you could be out and about, I could be walking through Asda shopping, and all of a sudden a text message comes through and it's like, change this into grams, or change this, or do algebra. And straight away you're there thinking, and it gets you thinking, and you know, I'll go home and I'll be thinking about it still for about, you know, half an hour to an hour afterwards, trying to do other examples in my head. So I think it's a really good way of just, you know, Mary doesn't send it the next day after class, she doesn't send it the next day afterwards. It's a couple of days after, so she's given us time to perhaps forget about it and put it back in a part of our mind, and then all of a sudden the text comes through and you're back on the board again, and I think it just gives us that little kick midweek. So when we come back on the Wednesday for maths, we've already got it in our head because we've done that bit halfway through. We haven't gone a whole 7 days, we've perhaps gone about 3 days, and it's fresh then.
Impact on learning would definitely be the reminding side of it. It's like you go home, and sometimes you can go home on a Wednesday and forget all about it until the following Wednesday, which I probably would have done. With the text, it breaks up the week. I could have a text now, say tomorrow, Friday, and I will go and look at my work, and I'll have to research all the questions she's asked me to give her the answers. So if she didn't text me, I wouldn't even probably look at it till the next week I come to class. So revision-wise, it just hits every aspect of that. You just go and revise your work.
The texts coming through have made it useful, easier. And if you're stuck on a bit of homework, you can send a text to it and she'll pick it up in a couple of hours, and she'll text you back saying, oh, you got to do it this way, and you know, she'll help you with it.
I think so, because I taught in a high school for 30 years, and of course you weren't allowed to do this with children, but with older students now, mature students, adults, it's a great tool.
I do hope that after the support disappears that we still have text so that we can use it with the students, because I'll be really disappointed if it disappears before the GCSE class finishes in June this year. And I would also love to have it from September for next year as well.
Serves as a very good, you know, I think it gels them together, it brings them together, because if they get a message from me, I found that they've been texting each other to say, did you get that message from Derek? What did he mean by, and they've been sort of cross-referencing, which I think is good, because it's improved the dynamics in the class as well.
It's definitely my memory, jogging my memory and stuff like that, which is good for me, because so much going on. You tend to, I know it's important because I'm doing it, but little menial things like printing homework, remember to be here, you know, remember to be here such and such a time for a reset, that's very important. So I think it's been good for jogging memory more than anything, like, really. So I knew in myself what I needed to study for, really, kind of to improve my grade on the one and to get a better grade on the other.